Warning, what you are about to see is utterly disgusting, and until they fix the drop rate, there's nothing I can do. Minasan konnichiwa, it's your big homie Khan, and I am back with yet again another Anthem video. And in this video we are going to be taking a look at something utterly disgusting. I had to say it because I saw in the comments from my last video there was one person in particular asking about the roll on his weapon, and he was asking if it was a good roll or a god roll or whatever or not. And yeah, it brings up the question of in Anthem, what is going to be considered the god roll. And from the comments that you guys said, it seems that a lot of you were actually getting some god roll endless autocannons, and I have to agree that from the numbers that I've been seeing around on Twitter and some of the weapons that I've seen on Twitter and stuff that's been going on in Reddit, you kind of have to have something with 175% damage, and then, you know, I would say probably another one with another damage slot with at least 100 or so. And then, you know, from there, it just kind of, you know, goes wherever. If you want it all in damage, then, you know, I guess 3 or 4 damage slots. If you want something else, like maybe magazine size, depending on the weapon, or force or whatever, just, I guess it just really depends on what the weapon is. That's kind of going to shape what is a god roll. Now, one other thing that I do want to bring up, because I am coming from the Division, I am coming from Destiny and all of that other stuff and other loot shooters, please remember that a god roll is specific to the build. A god roll does not only mean pure damage. If you're not the damage dealer, a god roll may not have anything to do with damage for you. That is something that I firmly believe. You can disagree if you like, but I think that if it does not complement the build or make the build better than what it was before, then it doesn't necessarily mean that it is a god roll. That's my opinion. You can sound off in the comments about that if you like. Now, I do want to shout out the comments, and Daddy Payne was telling me about this ridiculous endless that he had, and yeah, it was pretty nasty. His comment goes, "Endless Siege is king. I have 2 of them. One had an extended mag, the other gives additional armor. Both of them have an additional 150% damage. Bullets for days, my dude." So after chopping it up with him for a little bit, I said, "Why don't you slide me one?" And he said, "I wish I could, my man. Just wait till you get one with the extra damage though. You think you're doing work now? Oh boy." So with that being said, I'm just looking through the comments, and there's one comment that I really had to agree with that came from Chris Good, and I believe she said, "The roll of this gun is everything. My Fist of Straw has 125% damage on it, twice on it. I'm doing 3.5k damage after the 10 stacks on average per bullet on a crit. I absolutely agree with you that when it comes to the cloud burst versus turret, but with the roll I got, I can easily turn a blind eye. My husband just sits back and laughs as I melt 2 or 3 legendary baddies in one clip. I think he laughs to cover up how jealous he is of it though." Laughing my ass off. And yeah, I do have to agree that the roll that you get on these weapons when we're getting into what we would consider a god roll really does make a big difference, which leads us into today's video. And I do apologize for taking so long, but I'm not very lucky, and getting good rolls to make videos about is kind of difficult. So a little bit of a warning, this is going to be a very specific setup, and it does have some legendaries in it. Basically the legendaries are what's going to make this as ridiculous as it is for how the play style is going to work. The gun is the gun, and the gun is doing ridiculous damage, and there are some things that I want to kind of point out with the way that it is set up. Although this is not necessarily a build video, I'm not making the Master Workshop more about builds. I'm making it more around the weapons and how to play with them, and how they, you know, how it would revolve around the weapon, your play style. So that is what this is going to be. This is definitely not a build video. You can make it how you want, but if you would like to see the actual build that I have for this video, leave a comment down below, and then I'll work on that and put that out for you guys as soon as I can. So let's get started with this. So what is this Master Workshop about? It is about the Vassa SHREDS, and I'm working legendary. Now this weapon is really good in my opinion, and the reason is because it is the least accurate of the machine pistols, but it is the fastest, and that RPM makes a big difference. Now the bonus perk on this is one melee hit gains you 100% magazine, so it completely refills your magazine off of one hit. Now why does it get into the Godroll super ridiculous territory? Look at the bottom stats. We have weapon damage at 175, we have gear damage at 25, we have another gear damage at 15, and then we have another weapon damage at 100. So this thing melts. It absolutely melts, and it's kind of ridiculous. And when you think about this with the interceptor, who is always trying to do melees just for the combos, it just makes it trivial, because you're going to use all of your bullets, you do one melee, and then you have all your bullets again, and then you can go right back into just shredding and shredding and shredding. And with the speed of those bullets, you just eat through stuff pretty fast. It's kind of silly. Now the one thing that I did notice about this, which made this really good, was that if you use the dash attack, I can't remember the name offhand, I'm terrible with names, so please forgive me, but you've seen it, you know, in this video at some point. If you do that dash attack, that counts as a melee. So what you can do is basically run around and just shoot stuff in the face, get your criticals, and then if you want to move to another area or to another target, you basically just do that dash with an empty magazine. Once you hit, it refills your magazine and you're ready to start shooting again. The other thing that I like to do with the interceptor, and I always recommend this, is use the target. It's your support ability, and when you put that target on an enemy, it gives, I think it's like an extra 35% more damage, and then once you kill them, it moves to another target. I do it right here, and I threw it right at the boss, and yeah, just get that extra damage, and now we're already past that first phase. We've done enough damage to just move him in, just like that. And I'm sure most of you guys are like, well, this is crazy. And this was that move I was talking about with the melee, instant refill. This is Grandmaster 1. This is Grandmaster 1, and yeah, this is pretty trivial. So the other thing that I really like with this build, and again, this is going to be a legendary that makes this a lot of fun and really useful, is a legendary universal component known as emergency power. Now with emergency power, this basically gives you a free super. It changes your ultimate gear, gives you 30% more base damage to your ultimate, and your ultimate meter instantly refills when armor is critically damaged, and this can occur every 2 minutes, basically 120 seconds. This also comes with 31% combo damage, so instead of the 30, you basically get 61% more, and then another 17% damage, so it's just more damage on top of damage. And how this works and why this is so good is because you can just kind of keep doing your thing to be a wrecking machine and keep using your super. If you find that you're really getting into some kind of danger, you let it proc, you bust your super, you get full health and immunity, like complete invincibility, you do your thing, and then when it's time to bail, you bail. Simple. So that is pretty much it when it comes to this weapon. I really do like this weapon, and playing with the interceptor is a lot of fun. I really like the movement and speed coming from a lot of play with Warframe. Having that mobility, having that speed, being able to dash and dart in and out, channel your inner ninja, and basically just burn things down really quickly, and not have to worry too much about things, and then switch off to your melee with the super is really, really nice. Been talking to a few people who've come through to the live streams, and they were showing off some of their builds or telling me about some of their builds, and it was pretty cool to be able to see some of the things that Anthem is talking about. I do want to take this last little bit of the video to talk about some of the things going on within the Anthem community and with the game itself. I waited to put this video out because I knew that there was going to be an update, particularly to melee and particularly to super with the new update, which is why I didn't really want to put this out any sooner than after the update came out. This is all post the update that came out on Sunday, so this is new. This is as current information as you can get for right now, which is March the 11th. So I am not really all that happy with the drop rate like a lot of you, and it seems that a lot of people are not really feeling the drop rates and kind of how these legendaries and things work, especially with Grandmaster 2 and 3 not really even being worth it. I think they should really look at how those Grandmasters drop loot and the types of loot and the quality of loot that comes with it. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you guys want to have a real talk about that and talk more about that, I can definitely do that. Just leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to hear something like that, my opinions on what I think they should do with it. But the Division 2 comes out today. I don't know how many of you guys are getting the Division 2. I know a lot of you guys know me from my coverage of the Division 1. So if you are new and you didn't know that I even did that back in the day, I was one of the OGs for the Division. But you know, it is what it is. There are new games, and Division 2 is coming soon. Come follow me on Mixer, check me out, come see some of the live streams. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway for people who are following, so you know.